In this room tonight, this historic occasion has drawn together from across the entire globe some of the greatest biblical scholars, dynamic pastors of local churches, mission strategists, denominational leaders, and highly gifted lay leaders from our churches. Yet there is not one of us that can accomplish on our own these powerful words of Jesus Christ when he said, "This good news of the kingdom will be proclaimed in all the world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will occur." Matthew 24:14. While not one of us, or even a consortium of all of us, have all of the events regarding the end of time figured out completely, I believe firmly that each one of us believes before the Lord returns, the gospel of Jesus Christ will be proclaimed in all the world as a testimony to all nations. And we all believe that there is not one individual nor one single church that can finish this vision of Jesus on our own. Therefore, this great gospel global call to proclaim this good news of Jesus to every person in the world and to make disciples of all the nations, it demands our cooperation together. Cooperating together is imperative to reaching every person for Jesus Christ in every town, every city, every state, and every nation. The vision of Jesus is not reduced to accommodate the pride of individual leaders nor any single church. This vision calls us to cooperate together to finish this great worldwide task. Even the founder of Southwestern Seminary knew that he could not begin this seminary on his own. B.H. Carroll knew he needed Baylor University to help him found this vision of a seminary that God had placed on his heart. Carroll knew as well that he needed people around him financially to support this vision. And this is why he wrote 100 of his friends, asking them to give $100 each to help the seminary annually. He did not receive the $10,000 he wanted because God gave him, from these friends, $22,000 that first year. Southwestern Seminary is not only fastened securely to the cross of Jesus Christ, it is anchored deeply to the core value of cooperation. Our new president, Dr. Adam Greenway, has modeled this cooperation before he came to Southwestern and informed everyone prior to and after he arrived that cooperation would be one of his 4 non-negotiables in his leadership here and among Southern Baptists. Have you noticed that when Dr. Greenway speaks, he expresses gratitude to the churches for giving through the cooperative program? He communicates publicly that the cooperative program has been the single largest donor historically to this seminary. He also communicates and commits himself to raise a generation of Baptists who know how to say thank you to the churches and how to move forward with others who are championing the gospel of Jesus Christ. Southern Baptists, tonight we need to renew our cooperation together and resolve to reach every person for Jesus Christ in every town, every city, every state, and every nation. Living and breathing gospel urgency helps us understand we believe people need Jesus and people need Jesus now. This is why we call upon our churches and our church leaders to prioritize, then elevate, and even accelerate their giving through the cooperative program. Since 1925, an attitude and spirit of cooperation exhibited by our churches has advanced all of our seminaries and mission boards, as well as all of our gospel work as we do together regionally, statewide, nationally, and internationally. I mean, think about it for a moment. What has happened is Southwestern Seminary alone, because of our churches giving through the cooperative program. Southwestern has equipped and commissioned over 46,000 graduates. Southwestern has sent thousands of missionaries across the world. Southwestern has sent thousands upon thousands of pastors and staff members into our churches with a hot heart for evangelism, a passion for preaching, and a vision to see the Great Commission fulfilled. And this is why Dr. Robert Naylor always said the sun never sets on Southwestern Seminary, because around the world there are always Southwesterners doing the work of the kingdom. Not just Southwestern Seminary, however, but each of our seminaries, our mission boards, and all that we do in our Great Commission mission and ministries personifies before the world the great return on the investment of our churches, of what they're making when we exhibit cooperation of giving through the cooperative program. One of our historic Baptist leaders was Dr. James L. Sullivan. In 1955, he stated this about the cooperative program, and I quote, "It will continue as long as those missionary causes are our Christian obligation." Well, cooperation reminds us we can do more together than we can do alone. Southern Baptists, let us choose cooperation. Let us choose cooperation over isolationism, cooperation over independence, cooperation over competition, and cooperation over tribalism. Cooperation is built upon Christ alone, His great commandment, and His great commission. Churches need each other. Pastors need each other. People need each other. Seminaries need each other. State conventions need each other. Local and regional associations need each other. Each of our Baptist entities and conventions exists for the churches of the Southern Baptist Convention. We do not exist for ourselves. Our churches choose voluntarily to participate and cooperate in gospel partnership. And there is not one church remote enough, not one church on fire enough, and not one church big enough to reach Texas, America, and the world for Christ by themselves. This is why we must connect together and partner together cooperatively, sending more missionaries, planting more gospel churches, revitalizing established churches continually, demonstrating more compassion to more people through hunger and disaster relief and all relief ministries, and equipping more pastors, missionaries, and scholars to send into our churches and across the entire world. Southwestern Seminary has been uniquely and sovereignly placed in one of the greatest, most influential regions in the United States and the entire world. And standing upon the history of our past, we gaze towards our future. God has given us a president to lead us here who is 100% committed to Christ, 100% committed to the authority and inerrancy of the Scripture, 100% committed to the Baptist faith and message, 100% committed to the fulfillment of the Great Commission, and 100% committed to the spirit and the attitude of cooperation. Dr. Greenway, we love you. We believe in you. We stand with you, and we cooperate with you and Southwestern Baptist Theological Seminary to ensure, as much as it depends on us in our generation, that this good news of the kingdom will be proclaimed in all the world as a testimony to all nations. Therefore, Dr. Adam Greenway, now is the time to lead. Bless you.